A powerful combo that it's changing how we animate forever. So I want to talk about Veo 3 because I've been recently experimenting with it. Veo 3 is a Google DeepMind's new video generation tool. You give it a few images or even text prompts and it creates a super smooth video. But the real magic is when you combine it with other tools like ChatGPT for the image generation, Photoshop for cleanup, and DaVinci Resolve for final polishing and editing. Okay, let me walk you through how exactly I created my last animation. It all started when I did the storyboard a few videos ago. That was totally manual. And since there, AI has been changing a lot. So I kind of did the traditional way of doing a 3D model that it took a lot of time of my day-to-day. And now it's like simple as just using some prompts and creating some amazing character designs that obviously if you are talking about a movie, you will see those little things, but we are talking about here animation for publicity or for businesses, you know? They don't need like the highest quality. So for most businesses, this is revolutionary. First, I generated the images with Midjourney, but in Midjourney, I didn't like the consistency that they gave with the shots. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. Midjourney, it's cool to create the entire poses. I actually created the 60 rotation of the characters in Midjourney, but when it comes to image sequences, it's not exactly right. I've tried like so many times, and I tried with ChatGPT just once, and it did exactly what I wanted. So I decided to switch from Midjourney to ChatGPT. I try ChatGPT to give me the environment in one layer and the characters in another, so I can tweak it faster and easier in Photoshop, because little things, they just come weird and it's just easier to the separate layers, so you can just tweak things in Photoshop that it will be like so much easier than just trying to generate images that it won't exactly do exactly what you want, right? At the end of the day, it's cool that you could use Photoshop for this because it doesn't like get rid of the entire workflow of an artist. And if you are great in Photoshop, you can really polish those images. So when you go to Veo 3, you will have way better images, clean and everything. In Photoshop, you can obviously tweak weird artifacts that came in the Midjourney or in ChatGPT in this case, or adjust colors. Sometimes it tweaks a bit the colors, I don't know why, so you keep the consistency between the shots. Now I wanted to try with a video that I did in 2003. I had this cool shot that took me probably like 10 hours just to clean up, and here comes AI and did it like in 5 minutes, and I just tried once. So imagine what I could do if I really tried, you know? This was actually a video for a client, and I just took the first frame and the last frame and put it into Veo 3, and Veo 3 did the entire sequence in between. Smooth motion, you can even tell like which one is what. And I'm talking about just the lion character that is walking, because the other character is like really weird. Just because I didn't give the exact prompt, I believe. As I'm telling you, I just did it in 5 minutes. I didn't even try it. Okay, going back to my other project of the doctor's clinic. Yeah, I put everything in DaVinci Resolve, and I tried to tweak some things, like some parts of Veo 3 were like super slow. And I needed to put it faster, and I cut the scenes so everything matches up together. And I mean, it's really cool. I really like the result, and I don't know if I actually need to go throughout my process of, you know, modeling and rigging the characters when you have something that it's clean already, you know. And if you put way more effort in this, you could even clear up even better, you know. This just took me one day, you know, and this probably would take me like 4, 5, 6 weeks if I did it in the traditional way. So this workflow, ChatGPT, Photoshop, VO3, and DaVinci Resolve, is a game changer. It's like having a whole team working for you. And if you know how to sketch quickly, as I do with the storyboard, you can tell ChatGPT to create prompts exactly from the sketches that you do. So for me, it was even easier to create the prompts because I had already the shot composition that I actually wanted. And I think there is also like a storyboard shot comp for storyboard artists, but I didn't even try because I'm pretty fast at drawing these sketches. Like it's super fast, you know, so like 3 hours maybe, and it does exactly what I want, and I have more control on the story. That it's actually the most important part for me. So this storyboard shot, it's 100% manual, and it just helps a lot on creating the prompts. You don't need a massive team anymore. You just need 3-4 tools and a lot of creativity, and just focus, like really focus on the story. But now let's be honest, for real big productions, like full animated movies, for example, or like action shots that are like super difficult to do, this still can't replace the level of polishment that like a full animation or a full team can do. There is a lot of things that AI just can't do for now. And I would say like storytelling is one. Okay, so I've entered into a new project yesterday, and I wanted to use this workflow, but there are still moments that I find easier to use Blender, for example, and Meshy AI to create models that are simple. It's weird because some stuff that are way complicated, like characters and shots, like talking head characters, are way easier to do it entirely with AI. But shots like this, for example, that it's just like a simple bag, I found it easiest to do it just in Blender because of just one thing. When you create images in ChatGPT, the images they give to you, they aren't like exactly perfect, and they do not exact match with what you are asking in terms of the packaging design that I wanted for this project. So I already had the packaging design that the client gave me, so I needed to use that one. And ChatGPT, for some reason, didn't want to use the same packaging design. So I took that image that ChatGPT gave me and I put it into Meshy, so Meshy could give me the package design without the texturing, but just like the modeling. So I didn't need to model that package, you know. So I took that package design and I put it into Blender, and in Blender I just simply put and place the already package design that the client gave me, that it was like super easy to do. And the only thing that I needed to do in that shot is basically move the camera around. And then for the truck, this was like super accurate in ChatGPT. I just gave him this truck that I found online with these colors and this logo. ChatGPT did an amazing work, but then I told Meshy AI to just do the truck in 3D. And he did the truck fine, not perfect, but fine for what I needed, you know, because as I was saying, they don't need high-end up quality like movies. It's fast, you know, and it solves problems. Then what Meshy AI didn't do exactly perfect, and I struggled with that, was the logo. For some reason, ChatGPT did it exactly what I wanted, but Meshy AI didn't. So again, I went to Photoshop and cleaned the textures up. You know, that was super easy. I just cleaned up that and just changed the actual logo that I needed to put it there. So in this case, the workflow was ChatGPT, Meshy AI, Photoshop, and Blender. So, you know, you can combine all these things. Like, you just need to know what is your project about, in what projects you can use this, in what projects you can't, and just experiment with different projects and see like, okay, this is the workflow that I will need for this project, this is the workflow that I will use for this project, and so on. For example, in my first tries with Veo 3 in my clinic project, the environments weren't matching up. The first frame and the last frame, they weren't matching up. So Veo 3 couldn't work with my images. They put weird things with people passing by, like weird stuff, you know? So you just need to be really, really clean with your environments. That's why it's super important to put it in layers, in different layers, and just do not move the environment at all in those cases. And then in Veo 3 is your time to test your designs. You can say to ChatGPT, hey, please refine me this prompt for Veo 3, and they will give you a better prompt, you know. And then after all of that, you just put everything together in DaVinci Resolve or After Effects if you want. What is working, what's not. Maybe you want a scene faster. That's something that Veo 3 do not get it like super right, because I told him like several times, like, do this shot like just 3 seconds max, and they gave me like 7 seconds, and I needed just to put it faster in DaVinci Resolve. It was easier to just go to DaVinci Resolve and paste how I wanted than tell Veo 3 to just do it faster. So I won't lie, sometimes Veo 3 makes some weird stuff, like when I was trying to put the leg of my kid up, he did like weird things, like putting like 3 legs instead of 1. ChatGPT, when I try to say, hey, I want the right leg to stand up, he was just multiple times giving me the wrong leg, the left leg. And obviously you just need to try a lot. But even all these try and errors are way faster than just like go and do it traditionally. So it's a life change for me, for my studio, for what I do, for what I want my future to be in this career. I think everything is changing so fast that you just need to be ahead of the curve. Just as like this project, I mean, people are paying me for this, and I'm using AI tools, and people are paying, you know, and you need to know when to use them and when not, right? So if you are advertising something, this will be life changing. If you are doing a movie, probably you will be more focused on like the art craft and stuff like that. But my recommendation for all artists that are watching this is just don't let this discourage you. It's actually a great time, because now I can do it all myself. For example, it's something that would cost me a lot of money to just get a team, and it's just not worth it sometimes when you are creating like an advertisement. You won't break even with a traditional animation, you know. And with this type of animation workflow, you will make money, you know. You can still create stuff and make money out of it, and not just to be like something cool to have or something beautiful to have. If you're interested in Veo 3 and what actually can do, there is like a premium version of it that I haven't even tried, but I will if you are interested in these topics. Just give me your like, subscribe, and comment below what you actually want to know about it. I know that also does like realistic stuff, but I haven't tried yet because I'm more focused on knowing my animation workflow from now on. But my final thoughts are that this is revolutionary. I've never seen something like this, and we as artists shouldn't be not looking at this. We should be looking at this. We should be implementing all this into our workflows, because this is bigger than us. I'm just telling that. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.